So I'm here, Theorycrafting on Frozen Legion. So let's analyze the gem. The gem is a spell. The gem has the tags spell, cold, attack, AoE, melee. Apart from the question that I asked here on their Twitter, do the Frozen Legion statues attacks leech life mana and or proc fortify? We can probably assume that the spell portion is just casting the summoning of the statues. So the spell portion, we are going to be dealing with cooldown reductions if we want to invest in them, and with cast time if you want to improve the cast speed. The rest of the um, escalation of damage of the skill goes for cold, attack, AoE, and melee. So I made a draft of a build because I still don't. I'm not in a place to make a proper build. We need to test. We need to see the properties of the statues. We need to see it in action. We need to see many things happening here. So the draft that I made was using the basis of my Ice Crash build, which is this slime build that I love, and that I transferred it from a Marauder to, oh, I don't need this Resolute technique, to a champion, because we also don't know if it procs Fortify or if it leeches mana. Probably it won't. So I guess it's better not to assume it won't. So I went for the Fortify and the Armor Evasion rating. Well, Fortify, that's not great, but that's the Fortify here. If we have Fortify, the build is going to be much stronger, because we are going to have the gem support Fortify, and that's totally different. Or we can go for the Master here. Anyways, I went also by the taunt, the reduced damage, and the cannot evade attacks. So basically the Ascension here is an enabler. Enables you to run high maps, right? And go and play without this fear of constant death. And you know what? The build itself as well, because since I don't go mostly for spell block or spell suppression in these builds here, at least not early, at least not in the beginning of a league, I really invest in elemental resistances. So you get this +2 max here, you get this +1 max here, and some of the scattered that you find too. So that I can get high elemental resistances and some chaos resistance if you can as well. So that it goes a long way making you tanky. And the rest is just making you tanky as well. I have one damage node here which makes use of this path, because this path has the life and mana leech here. Again, if we are able to go with life and mana leech, I'm actually going to change the Fortify here from the Ascension, and maybe even the whole Ascension, to go for a Fortify Mastery or the gem and try another Ascension entirely. But I feel the need for a Fortify build with this spellcasting ability. For clearing, so yeah, there's some nodes here of damage, mostly defensives, and some nodes of damage here, some of the area here. So I went with Ancestral War Chief for the buff. Okay, Hatred, Herald of Purity, Defiance Banner for the defenses. Cast on damage taken, Molten Shell, Lip Slam with Life Tap, Physical to Lightning, because why not? Frostbite and Force Bomb as buffs with Arcane Surge and Foster Casting for more mana sustain. Vengeance here to clearing better when you're eager going to get hit, since I'm not going for Grace here. I'm going for Determination. I was going for Determination, but I had some, like a decent gear here, plus the champion, plus the Fortify, so it's kind of good. The physical damage reduction here, plus the mitigation from the Fortify, so it's kind of good until I think tier 12 you can get hit, tier 13 or something, without many, crazy mods or anything. So Vengeance works well, and since you are going to be scaling physical damage, area damage, and elemental damage, why not go physical to lightning? Makes sense here. So yeah, you would be frost bombing people, frost biting people, probably with a ring, but if while you don't have it, you would necessarily go straight for the hard cast. But we don't know what happens there, because sometimes you're going to have 6 hitting one target, and then we have to see the speed of this, like we have the cooldown recovery, of course, but the I don't know. We have to see this in action. We really have to see this in action. So one thing important to notice too is that if we want to use the skill as the main skill for clearing and or even for only DPSing some bosses, or I don't know, if we want to use the skill, we are going to be needing to invest in cooldown reduction. So you go in the wiki here, the page of the cooldown reduction, we can acquire some cooldown reduction from Abyss Jewels, right? And we can have some from Crusade belts, and that's going to be definitely very necessary. You can even go for, there are some unique items that provide that as well, but yeah, if you can have maybe possibly we can have lab enchantment for cooldown reduction. That's, I think it's going to be one of the enchantments. It's going to be very necessary for it. Like, of course, you would wish for a great helmet for it, but probably in trade leagues you can find I don't know, 1 or 2 weeks into the league helmets with the enchantments. Probably, I don't know, if the skill is not very much explored, it's going to be medium to low price. We don't know. And then we have some other items here with specific cooldown reductions for specific actions. We have the hyper boyers here, that might be an option as well, but you have the crusade belts influence that might be of use. So yeah, cooldown reduction is going to be a big thing here, because basically the attack speed of the skill, right, that it's like, right, you can understand the mechanics of cooldown reduction and the statues like regenerating from the cooldown there, right? This is an early draft and I hope it helps. You can, I don't know, iterate from here. I will put the POB in the description here. I'm going to be league starting with this. I'm definitely going to be league starting with any melee build, and I'm gonna go and invest a little bit of intelligence, of course, because it's going to be necessary for some of the support gems, probably for mana as well. And then when I can switch, I will switch. And if I can use even by leveling, I'm doing that, because I'm not racing or anything. I'm not in that tier. So yep, I see you in the next video. Please subscribe, click, like, comment. The algorithm really likes it. And I'm going to be making a new guide, like an actual guide when the league starts and I start playing the game, because I really am excited about this spell / attack here. If we can go Fortify and Mana Leech, Life Leech, I'll probably go, I don't know, Elementalist, Templar. Like, I'm going to go a different path totally. Just go all the way down to the Fortify and attack nodes down there. I'm probably using a very slow weapon or something. So, yep, I see you there in the next video. Bye.